Alright, so we're going to do a brief overview video of a new Range Rover Sport plug-in hybrid, just to have a look at a few of the basic controls. So just on the outside of the vehicle first, to start with the charging of the vehicle, we can just open the charging flap like so, just grab it by hand, an inner little door here, and once you plug in the lead, the two LED lights might flash white for a moment before turning green to indicate that it's charging. To remove the lead, just bear in mind that you need to press unlock with the key fob or open the vehicle through the keyless entry. This then will allow you to remove the lead, and closing over like so. With regard to keyless entry, that is operated by just simply having the key in your possession to lock the vehicle. There's a little dimple here on the door handle, on all four door handles. Touch here, vehicle will lock, mirrors will fold in to indicate that it is locked. And once again you have the key in your possession to gain entry, just put your hand inside the door handle and this will open it again. We can tailor the vehicle to be single or multi-point entry, which we'll do at point of collection. Moving around to the rear, power tailgate, operated again through the key or a button just above the number plate. So the Range Rover Sport plug-in hybrid comes with a tyre repair system. It's located here in the boot area with your compressor. If you have a slow puncher, this is easy, just plugs into the cigarette lighter and into the valve of the tyre, very easy to operate. If you do have a slow puncher like a nail or screw, you can utilise the tyre, the expansion foam that will temporarily fill any slow punctures. And again, just easily locked through the button inside the tailgate or again through the key. One of the last features just to show on the outside is the fuel cap. Normally the diesels would open by pressing the fuel cap. In this case, as it's petrol, you have a unlock button here on the lower part of the dash which will unlock the fuel cap. Just while we're standing here in the door area, just to show a few of the basic controls. The seat adjustment, quite straightforward. You have the back of the seat and the base, of course, but the lumbar support is operated through here. So positions 12 and 3 o'clock will pump up the lumbar support. Just keep in mind these operate quite slowly, so you need to press and hold the button while it pumps up the seat. This can take a number of seconds, and 6 and 9 will deflate the seat again. So once you're happy with your seat position, you can adjust the steering column, which is also electric adjustment. And once all these features are set up right, and the steering column and the mirrors in reverse, you can lock in your seat position with the memory function by pressing the M and then press and hold the appropriate number. To recall your seat position, if someone has moved them, just simply press your appropriate number. So just looking at some of the interior features, to start with the Touch Pro Duo screens, and most importantly the mobile phone. We'll pair your mobile phone on handover. Mine's already paired here, so just to look at this icon will bring up your recent calls. The inner icon will search your contacts starting in alphabetical order, and you can key in your couple of digits to narrow it down, or pressing anywhere on the phone symbol will open out into full screen where you can access your text messages and so on. Just a useful feature with this screen is if you slide it across, you can edit your own home screen. So in this case, you press and hold, the screen becomes editable. Hit an empty icon, and if you go to quick dial, it'll allow you to put in your most used contacts. Just pick a random one here, you select a number and you get a dedicated icon for that contact, so you can easily call them while driving without much distraction from the road. Moving on to the media. So once you open up this icon, if you go to find, you pick your favorite stations by pressing the star to highlight them to your favorites, and from this point on you can control the radio through the steering wheel by scanning through your favorite radio stations and volume here. Pressing the diamond button will switch from radio to your mobile device using Spotify or Apple Music, so on. Your album artwork will pop up here on the screen, and again you can scan through your favorite stations or tracks, and by going to browse you can go through your albums, artists and playlists. The lower screen has a number of features on it. Just to go over them briefly. The climate, we would recommend that the climate be left in the auto setting, just selecting the temperature that suits you most. Leave it in auto the vehicle will do the rest itself. There's another tab here for the heated seats, but once the vehicle is on, the heated seats can also be accessed through the temperature dial. So from this point, press the outer circle and you have your different heated seat settings. With the HSE Dynamic and Autobiography models, Terrain Response has the Terrain Response 2 feature, which has an auto setting. So using the selector just here, when we raise this up, it allows us to select grass, gravel, snow, mud, ruts, all the different settings. But again, our recommendation is leave it pressed down, which is the auto feature, and the Range Rover will pre-select the appropriate setting for the conditions that you're driving in. Lastly, we have a settings tile here. Again, we would recommend this be used last use, so whatever was last on the screen will come up on startup. And in the climate, we can have it preset that the windscreen rear window will automatically come on in cold weather, and the blind for the panoramic roof will automatically close when the vehicle is turned off, so the interior doesn't get too hot on a sunny day. So to summarize the lower screen, what I would recommend leaving on here is the audio section. So when playing music from your phone, you get your album artwork, which looks quite well. You can have your mobile phone operated through here, but our recommendation is that you're diverting your eyes from the road, and we would recommend leaving on the audio screen at this point. Just looking at the navigation, that's the top tile here, and just pressing anywhere on the screen will open the navigation out fully. This is the search. Your recent entries are here, and we can also have a preset that you have a home destination in it, and pressing this icon will go straight to your home destination. But also the navigation system can be upgraded by putting in a data SIM card, which will give you an internet connection, allowing for greater search capability. Just to expand on the navigation, by plugging in your mobile phone device, whether it's an Apple or Android device, once you plug in, it will allow you to use Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, which allows for the navigation system on your mobile phone, which some people may find easier to operate. In this case, we have Google Maps, which has the ability to search air codes and so on as well. So this is easily integrated by plugging in a dedicated lead. So the steering wheel and instrument cluster, the right hand side here is for cruise control. When you're at a speed you're happy with, press and hold set, it'll lock you in at that particular speed. You can then adjust it up or down a couple of kilometers by tipping the brakes and pressing cancel will turn it off, and resume of course will bring it back onto the previous set speed. This operates your lane departure warning. When it's illuminated, it's on, and if you start to drift out of your lane, you'll get a shake in the steering wheel to get your attention back. This particular model has the optional extra of a heated steering wheel, and here you have your speed limiter, which again will stop you exceeding a particular speed, but once you release the accelerator you will reduce your speed. The left hand side, as we looked at, is radio controls, volume. The diamond button again will switch from your radio to your mobile device. You have your voice commands here, so by pressing the button and then say call your specific contact, when a call isn't in place, you have the white button here for the steering wheel, which will bring it up onto the center screen. But when a call comes through, this will divert to a green or red for answering or declining an incoming call. In the center here we have the menu, which will bring up our onboard computer here in the instrument cluster. This allows us to change some of the key features in the vehicle. Our default settings would include automatic driving beam, which would be your full matrix lights, so it will dim for oncoming cars, and divert light away from oncoming cars, and dim when you drive into a lit up area. Also, we would have these vehicles set as a default that they will lower automatically when you turn off the vehicle. Features like this are in convenience, called auto access height. And also you can have reverse mirror dip, so when you select reverse, the mirrors will angle down slightly to give you better visibility of curbs or parking lines. Also in exterior lighting, we can have our indicators set for animated, so they do a nice sweeping motion when illuminated. The layout of our instrument cluster is also configurable. Again, our default setting is to have the 2 dials. This can be changed to have 1 dial in the middle, or full map, but in this case we have 2 dials with the map positioned in the middle. The last thing to look at is our interior roof panel. This houses the controls for the panoramic sunroof, which will tilt and slide back fully if this option is selected. The electric sun blind, this also has an auto feature as we previously looked at, so when the vehicle is turned off it will close itself to keep the interior cool on a sunny day. And lastly, we have our connected buttons here. So on the left, this button will call through to Land Rover Assist in the event of a puncture or any difficulties on the road. This will automatically call Land Rover, and heaven forbid, if needs be, the vehicle will be brought back to the nearest Land Rover dealership and a replacement car provided. And on the right hand side is the SOS button, which will contact emergency services if required. So for rear passengers, the rear seats can be reclined, which is controlled through here, and we can angle the seat back just to give a bit more comfort. Deployable center console with storage for drinks and so on, and at the back of the center console we have heated seats, again 3 different settings here, and USB and lightning lead connectors for charging mobile devices. So another very useful feature with the Range Rover Sport is the Land Rover In Control remote app. This allows full connectivity with the vehicle, showing its location, whether the vehicle is charged and how much time is left until charged fully. We can set our schedules for a specific charging period, maybe after midnight, and you can also set your vehicle departure times so the cabin is preconditioned and nice and warm for your departure time. It also allows you to look back on particular journeys at any given time, and it gives you full connectivity with Land Rover should you need to call Land Rover Assist or to check on your service interval.